Show. I'm Lindsay. That's Saul. That's Flex. That's Espo. And we get sexy sacks tonight here in the VIP lounge because the Phoenix Suns took down the New York Knicks 116-113, all thanks to a big-time bucket from Devin Booker himself. That is now 7 in a row, you guys. 7 in a row. Feeling good? Feeling great. Rally of the Sun.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So good. We're going to cue the sexy sacks up right now.
Heyo.
Let's go.
What a win, you guys.
Man.
That game was a lot of fun to watch because there were moments where we were on the edge of our seats. There were moments where we were just feeling good. And of course, the ending was the cherry on top to what felt like one of the best wins team-wise of the season.
Oh, I think by far that was the best team win of the season, without a doubt, because you had so many guys step up, play big roles, unexpected guys that stepped up and played big roles. And I mean, we're going to go on and on about some of these dudes in this show, but man, that was, again, as a basketball fan, if you were just a casual observer or if you had no interest in either the Knicks or the Suns, but you watched this game, you'd come away being like, man, I'm glad I took the time to watch that game because that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was, you nailed it. I think it was the best team win, and I actually think it was the best win for the team in general because I think this is one of those games that builds more momentum. It's one of those season-changing games. I think this is the game where you realize the bench is really good.
I mean,
And
that's what we said. Yeah. That's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
We would have never won that game like this last year.
No. Right.
Not even close.
Well, and coming into this game, we knew no Kevin Durant, no Bradley Beal, no Grayson Allen. We knew guys were going to have to step up in big ways, and a lot of them did. Pretty much everybody contributed in a very positive way in tonight's game. That was above and beyond what we normally see from them.
The Phoenix Suns have no depth. The Phoenix Suns have no point guard. The Phoenix Suns are an offensive team that can't play defense. All of that does not hold water, and tonight is proof of that. Devin Booker, 11 assists, 2 turnovers. Point guard. The bench. The contributions from the bench were unbelievable tonight. Nobody below 7 points or 3 points that played. Everybody scored tonight. Like, this is not a case of a team that has no depth. Defense. They had 11 blocks tonight. They shut down the Knicks when they had to. This team can play with anybody on any night, regardless of the situation. And tonight was yet again proof of that.
Yeah, and it's scary to think that you got Kevin Durant, Brad Beal, and Grayson Allen still to add to this team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to give Saul some flowers. Let me give you that.
Oh, we're starting flowers with Saul.
No, with Saul.
Okay.
I got to
All right.
because I was impressed. Before the game, he said, watch out for Metu. Metu? No. Really good game.
I said if he scores 8 to 10 points, we're going to win this game.
He nailed that.
Hold on. That was correct. You were the one that was like, Metu 30 points.
No. But that's just the beginning of it. Then he sat here and said, Eric Gordon going to hit 13-3. Damn, he damn near did that, it felt like. So, listen. The point is you nailed that before the game. You said Gordon was going to have a big game from the 3 line. You said Metu was going to help out. You might even said somebody else. I feel like you said a bunch of things in pregame that came true. No?
I don't know what to do with
All
my
right.
hands
Well,
right now.
flowers to Saul, man.
appreciate
I get
that.
He nailed
flowers?
it.
What is this like?
I appreciate that.
Great way to start a week, huh, Saul? Well, let's continue handing out flowers. We gave them to Saul. Let's now give them to our big, bright, shiny star. We'll start with Devin Booker, who, of course, hit the game winner tonight. He's our big, bright, shining star. He finished with 28 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds. Book out here just doing casual Book things, night in and night out.
Steady, just very steady. Always pick. He really is starting to fine tune this craft of picking and choosing his spots, because he knows he's good enough to do it whenever he wants, and that's what he did tonight. I thought tonight, control wise, he was fantastic. Most of the time when the doubles were coming, he anticipated it a little bit earlier than normal, which I thought was necessary to get that ball out of his hands. So that way it could swing around. And you saw at the end of the game, we talked about this before, about how we were doing this kind of 1-4 high kind of ISO shit at the end of games for no reason. And the offense just kind of stalled and nobody was moving. They switched it up today. They made the extra pass, swung that ball around, and really took the defense, out of position, and then got the ball back to Book so he could take the shot. And that's what you want to see. It's growth, it's development, and damn, Devin Booker, like he's legitimately a point guard. Like, I never thought I was going to say that.
Yeah, I think these 7 games have elevated him to a point where if you look at this kid play basketball and you don't think he's a top 10 player in the league or in the world, yeah, you bugging. Like, he's that good. He controls an entire game. I think you nailed it too at the end. I think that's one of the ones I wanted to tell you. You called the play. Saul literally said on the last play, get it to Goodwin. Didn't you say that? You said get it to Goodwin, free Book off the roll, let him go. They basically did that. Book got it to Goodwin, got it back to Book off a curl, got him a little bit of space, and he hit the shot. So even being able to do that, Saul, is maturity.
Yeah.
Right? Because some of those guys are just going to hold the ball, sit there, wait, and take a bad shot. He had the mindset to get it to Goodwin, knowing he can get it back and get a good shot. So,
but
very impressive.
Some of that is credit to Goodwin, too, because if he doesn't have the kind of game he had, it doesn't keep him honest. They couldn't back off of him at all in that situation because he had such a good game, too.
Yeah.
So that's another big part there.
Which is why he's also our big, bright, shining star.
Let's go,
Two
Jordan.
big, bright, shining stars.
Let's go.
Jordan Goodwin finished with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He had himself a night, you guys. I mean, kudos to this young man. Like, he is proving once again that he is so valuable for this team, and it was a big part of the trade over the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't know if I've been as excited to watch a single performance. Devin Booker hit a game winner, and I think I was a little bit more excited outside of the game winner about Jordan Goodwin's performance overall than I was anything else tonight. I thought he provided such a spark. I mean, you talked about it, about how there's things that Jordan Goodwin is going to do that will not show up in the stat sheet. The way he recovers to help out on double teams or on the weak side, the way he gets his hands in the passing lane, the way he knocks the ball out of a rebounder's hands and gets it to his teammate, diving for loose balls. Those are the winning championship plays that you have to have in order to get to the top. And Jordan Goodwin is the epitome of that. And I'm really starting to feel like we had 2 big trades in this offseason, right? And we all want to focus on Bradley Beal, and we all want to focus on,
Nurkic.
the fact that DA left and Nurkic is here. But the 2 other guys in both of those trades, Jordan Goodwin and Grayson Allen, might prove to be even more valuable because of what they've contributed to this team, and then on top of that, you throw in a third guy, Nassir Little, and you're just like, holy shit!
There you go.
Did we fleece everybody?
There you go.
I had no idea.
Those are the
Goodwin
2 throwing.
Yeah, Goodwin was
He was throwing.
throwing in that deal. Just we need some salary filler, but I mean, people said Bradley Beal was kind of like, hey, this is a guy you should consider.
He straight up told us
No, he
that.
said it,
That may be the most beneficial thing Bradley Beal does this year for the Suns was saying, hey,
come on, we having a
but
good day.
hold on. I mean, I'm not saying he won't. I'm not saying he won't do anything on the court. I'm saying that could be the biggest assist he has this year, and saying, this is a guy you need to bring with me, because now you have depth in that backcourt. And I loved everything I saw from him. He's a guy that I am trusting more than a Josh Okogie in a similar role to what Josh played last year. And by the way, Rudy, don't think I didn't see the plus minuses you hit in those graphics, you wise ass. But on the Booker front, what I liked most about Booker, bad shooting night, right?
Yep.
And but he had no problem taking that final shot. I love a guy that can block out the shit and go, I'm still the best guy on this court, and I'm gonna hit this game winner regardless of if I'm 10 of 25 for the night and I haven't hit a 3. I'm still gonna do this. He always has those moments in the Garden, and tonight was another great one.
It was a very Kobe-esque
Yeah,
finish to the game.
yes. Yep.
Kobe, a lot of times, he would struggle sometimes in games, but he would always find a way. He would always find a way at the end of the game, and that's exactly what Devin did tonight. I mean, that was just a fun-ass game.
When he took that shot, I swear to you, it felt like a Kobe shot.
Yeah.
Like it just felt like the type of thing that you saw. And I actually saw Kobe do that in the Garden. So that's incredible stuff. And then 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists with Goodwin and Nassir together.
Yeah.
I mean, if you came into the game pregame and said we're going to get 25, 10, and 5 from those two guys, we're feeling pretty damn good.
Yeah,
and they went
sure.
out there and they did it. So good for them, man.
So going back to the Book thing, we have a couple super chats around him as well. Colin sent us one. Thank you, Colin, for your $10. Said, tell me that Book 3 didn't look like Kobe.
It
Book
did.
doing GOAT things. Gordon
Exactly.
also sent us one and said Book is now legally the mayor of New York City. I agree, 100%. But I think the thing that's great about Devin is that, like you said, off night shooting, like not his best performance. That was actually his first 3 of the entire game and only 3 that he made. But he has the confidence in himself that he knows when his back is against the wall that he can make those type of shots. And that's something that you can't really teach. You just got to have it or you don't. Like that confidence within yourself and your game, no matter how much you're struggling that day, that week, that month, whatever it may be, you got to have confidence if you're going to take and knock down that shot, and Book does.
The mark of a great player is if they take a shot that you would not want anybody else to ever take ever in a game. A fadeaway 3 at the end of the game is not the best shot unless you're Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Like, and
Or
like,
almost Jalen Brunson.
or almost Jalen Brunson. I mean, I swear, Jalen.
I
Man, I
that
felt
went
like he
in.
didn't miss a shot all game. I mean, Jesus. But Devin, again, like to have that within you to know, like I'm gonna make this. I don't care. This is happening.
Yeah.
It's special. Only the greats have it.
Well,
Yeah.
but Book also tonight and throughout this year, I mean, he's got one of the best defensive ratings on the team this year. And tonight he had those 2 blocks. He played solid defense while he was out there. We have seen the total evolution of Devin Booker now playing all facets of the game: assists, defense, scoring, and leadership. We've seen everything that we have wanted to see Devin Booker hit. He's done it now. And, and it becomes a lot easier when KD's out there because you got 2 top 10 guys in the world playing together. Tonight was a great night for Book, though.
You know, if you and I don't like analytics. I mean, I respect it, but I'm not a fan of the analytics and letting that be the holy grail of what I see on a basketball court. But the analytics, the analytics will tell you that right now, this guy is a top 5 two-way player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Analytics say that right now. Okay, so the days of Devin Booker not being a good defender, you got to flush that down the toilet. He's evolving, and he's way more than just a good defender. He's above average at this point, and he's what he's doing offensively. And Lindsay, you spoke about today. He struggled 40%, right? What he shoot the game before? I mean, it's 73%. He scored 40 points and shot 73%. So these things kind of balance themselves out. This kid's incredible. This kid's incredible. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Go ahead, no.
Eric, can you scroll up a little bit? There's a comment right there. Vince S says, if EJ is watching this, he would say, look at them with their good knees, all sitting cross-legged. So if you didn't see outside shots,
No, I missed last week.
Eddie was making fun of me because I was sitting like this. He was like, only people with good knees can sit with their legs crossed like that. So you must not have really played hard when you played. And I was like, what?
Wow.
I was like,
Or maybe you're
So,
just not
we're all,
that old yet.
that's what I said.
Like, Eddie, what's happening?
Damn,
is
Eddie,
so
that
short. He's
hurts,
such a
man, because I
good
To
played.
be fair, I got to use my hands to lift my knee to this point. So
Usually about 45 minutes in the show, I'll put the other one up because the foot underneath has fallen asleep here. We've got a lot more to talk about in this game, but as the season continues, be sure to follow along with the Suns and tune into all the games on Arizona's Family Sports. The next game you can catch on Arizona's Family Sports is, of course, the Raptors game on the 29th. That'll tip off at 5:30 p.m. And to catch all the games, all you need is an antenna. But wherever you live in Arizona, you can visit azfamily.com and click Suns Games for listing information for your area. AZ Family is a great resource to help you find Phoenix Suns games on Arizona's Family Sports. Also, if you are looking for something light, refreshing, bubbly, and something to maybe take the edge off this holiday season, might I recommend you check out our friends over at Wink. Wink seltzers are available. The product has THC and CBD in each can, and it comes in either a 2.5 milligram can or a 5 milligram can as well. And you can find them online in 12, 24, and variety packs right now. And if you use the promo code PHNX, you're going to get an additional 50% off your total order. So take advantage of that. Head to drinkwink.com. They've got mango, lime, black cherry. Like, these are delightful seltzers that also just, take a little bit of the edge off. Maybe relax you a little bit more.
I want to go back to a certain point real quick.
Sure.
You had talked about the bench stepping up. I think this is, you said it might be a turning point in the season. I think it's a turning point because I really feel like this is the game where the bench really built the confidence in themselves to be able to do it. Like, listen, the non-Booker minutes were not as severe as they had been before, whether it be Book or KD in the lineup. Once they came out, usually the other team went on like a 12 or 15-0 run, and it was just like, damn, we got to bring them back in. This time they were able to tread water a little bit, and sometimes they even increased the lead. I thought they played very, very well, and I think this is going to be the game that we turn to and say, this is when Nassir Little really felt good. This is when, Jordan Goodwin felt like he had arrived. This is when, you start to see some of these things that are happening and these players step up that we can point back to this game like that was when it all changed. Well, so it's pretty fun.
That Chemezi 3 was huge, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Late in the game.
Yes,
so
huge.
This might be the game where Chemezi starts to feel like, okay, I belong.
Well, I think one of the things, too, was Book's trust in these guys, too.
Yep.
Do you have that image, Eric? There's a screenshot from the game, and our friend Stephen Pridgeon put this on there. Devin Booker is quadruple teamed here, and he finds Chemezi Metu out of all this. An unbelievable assist that he gets here. Well, that's the 3 late in that third that you guys were talking about. But Devin Booker had that all night. That was the way the defense was focusing on him, and he was finding his teammates, and that's a sign of, okay, I trust these. Last year you brought up this team probably wouldn't have won this game, and that was in part because Book couldn't trust his teammates to hit those shots.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but also, and I'm not trying to bag on Monty. I'm not, okay? But Monty liked to play his guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And in this game, Josh Okogie wasn't it.
That's right.
He was struggling in that first half. He was not playing very well. If Monty's in this game and he's coaching this game, he probably keeps playing J.O., and it costs you a game. And instead, Frank Vogel was like, he's just not on tonight. That's okay. It happens. Let's get you out. Let's get somebody else in there for an opportunity like Metu or Jordan Goodwin or whoever.
KBD,
and that ended up being a big difference. So, like, again, I know a lot of people sometimes when we were 4 and 6, everybody was like, fire Vogel, and they were hard on Vogel and for this, that, and the other. But you also got to give him credit because his consistency and the guys know that they're going to have an opportunity to play and at what times they're going to have that opportunity. And it's up to you to show that you are on point that day. And if you're not, you got to expect that those minutes are going to be taken away and given to somebody else who is feeling it that night, because you can't afford to just drop games because you're trying to trust somebody too many times.
And Frank had a really good feel on the rhythm of the game.
Yeah.
He called timeouts when they needed to be to stop New York runs, to set up his team to score when they needed to. In particular, in the fourth, I think he called one with about 3 minutes left, which I think calmed them down and got them into set. I liked that. Again, not knocking on Monty, but that was something last year, a handful of years before, you wouldn't see. Vogel has a pretty good feel on that, and that can't be understated.
Yeah, and we mentioned it watching live. There were times the Suns would bump it up to 14, get it down to 8 timeout. Right? And that's just good basketball. That's good coaching. There was one time where he took Book out, got down to like 6, get up, get back in the game, right? So he's not willing to let his stubbornness lose a basketball game. And so he showed it on multiple occasions today that he does have a really good feel for the game and called timely timeouts the whole way.
Well, while we're on the topic of Frank Vogel, let's talk about that uptick in defense tonight that we saw. Is the defensive-minded Frank Vogel finally fully rubbing off on this team, and we're starting to see some of that come to the light a little bit more, because this game, the Suns defense was pretty solid all the way throughout. Like, there were moments where it was better than not, but you could point to this game from the first quarter to the final buzzer and just be like, defensively, this was a solid outing by this team.
That's a great point, Lindsay. Like, I think, again, like, defensively, probably the best effort of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like, you know, if guys got into the paint, yes, sometimes they would get the shot off, and that's fine. That's going to happen in the NBA. But there were swarms. There was guys flying around. And anytime there was a loose ball, it felt like the Suns most of the time found a way to get that ball. Listen, Jalen Brunson is amazing. Like, he was fantastic tonight. Not a lot of people in the NBA would have been able to slow down Jalen Brunson. And then you got Julius Randle. I was about to say Zach Randolph. Julius Randle. You know, he was on that heater at the end of the third. But what did we say? Yeah, we said, okay, cool, let them get theirs, because they're gonna be gassed out, and at the beginning of the fourth, that's when you make your run to try and extend that lead. That's exactly what happened. They found themselves back up by 6, and then it went back to 6-3 to tied, and it was just kind of fluttered around there. But I think that little moment kind of stemmed the tide a little bit, gave the Suns a little bit of opportunity to kind of breathe and kind of regain their footing. And defensively, again, they were just annoying. You know what I mean? Annoying. You know, they always talked about back in the 90s in the East, oh, it's physical. You know, they play and it's just roughhouse basketball down low in the paint. Tonight, kind of felt a little bit like that. You know, there were loose balls and there's elbows and, you know, arms getting slapped everywhere. And credit to the refs too. When there was loose ball, they were not blowing the whistle like crazy like we saw the other night. So again, just good basketball all the way around on both sides.
Yeah, I don't think we've given this defense enough credit for how active and aggressive they've been this year. They lead the league in blocks, right? Which last few years was definitely not the case. They've been very aggressive. Their length has paid off. I mean, even Book had 2 tonight. Nurk had 4 blocks again. He had that the other night as well. There's something to be said for that aggressiveness. Sure, did they give up 113 points? Yeah, but they were aggressive. They got timely stops, and they imposed their will at times defensively in this game.
They look like they were on a string. And you're seeing it more and more. Every game, it looks a little bit better. They look like they were on a string. And how many times were we watching live and we're like, damn, that's just a tough shot. Like, that's not a bad defensive set or a bad defensive play or bad rotations. I mean, Knicks were hitting tough shots.
Especially Brunson.
I mean, he was incredible. And Julius did a good job during that spurt to end the third where he took advantage of the mismatch. But again, tough shots. I didn't look at any point of this game and say, man, the Suns got to get it together on D. The Knicks just hit tough shots, and they were able to figure it out at the end of Suns.
I'll say this. There was a point in the third where I was like, can we at least get it together on Julius Randle? I mean,
Vogel was kind of back there like, all right, let's see how this goes. And like poor Eric Gordon is just getting beasted down low. Like, all right, can we throw a double, please?
Right.
And they adjusted. And
CS and Juan the Fool and a few others have been giving Nurk some love in the chat as well, because his defense has been amazing as of late, as CS says. Listen, Nurk has his ups and downs, but there's one thing you can't knock Nurk for, and I feel like that's his hustle. Like, sometimes he has some rough passes here and there, or he'll lose a ball and it's super frustrating.
It's very Jokic-like.
But he hustles his butt off. Like, that chase down block tonight was
big.
Super gorgeous. And it made you excited for Nurk too. Yeah. So shout out to him. A couple flowers there. We also have a few more super chats. You guys were talking about Chimezi. Eddie sent us one and said, did you like Chimezi's game today? Because me too.
Yeah.
As the resident guy who's given Chimezi shit just because Flex likes him, I was impressed with what he did. It was nice to see him hit those threes again and be kind of the guy we saw in preseason. So he's earned more minutes in my eyes. Just let him play, see if he can continue to do that. Because if he can, that unlocks another aspect in this Suns bench. So.
You know what I liked is that we thought when Mezzi played he played 3 minutes the first time, then 6, then 15, and tonight was right around that range. The difference with the first couple games was it was out of necessity. Shorthanded, you got to play, right? Yeah. We all came in and said, is Mezzi going to play today because Eubanks is back? No, he played. And it was nice to see them together. Yeah. He played them together in multiple lineups, and he's starting to find his rhythm. There's a lot of good things about that kid. He doesn't do anything great, but I haven't seen one thing that I look at and say, man, Mezzi's not good at that. He does pretty much a lot of things well.
There's some points that he needs to improve on. Defensively, yep. I thought he was a little bit out of position, a little too much for my taste, especially when Julius Randle was the one going at him. Now, there's a lot of guys that would have trouble with Julius Randle because he's just a big, strong dude, right? But I thought that he continued to improve as the game went along. And I think what's going to start to happen is the more he plays, the more comfortable he's going to feel on the offensive side and really feeling where he should be when particular guys have the ball, like Booker, and find himself in those spots to be able to pull off that shot. Yeah. Right now, I feel like he's still kind of trying to figure it out. And he's not so sure of himself, but he will be. Eventually, he will be. And then who knows how great he's going to be from the outside. Again, I think if there's anybody on this team that I feel like has the most to improve, it would be Chimezie Metu. And right now he's starting to show you that he has a good base to work off of. It's up to Frank Vogel to figure out how to get him those minutes so you can continue to build these good outings. And really, by the end of the season, you hope that he's a bona fide contributor to your roster.
Well, with Chimezie, it's as simple as just like, look at the numbers. You know what I mean? The amount of minutes he's played this season compared to other guys on this squad who are not part of like the normal starting 5 anyway. He's got the fewest. Yeah. So he has the most room to grow, but that's because he has had the least amount of opportunity so far. And I'm excited to see what he does with this opportunity that he's been given.
Yeah, I think he and Yuta will be battling for minutes once more of this rotation settles.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some numbers from tonight's game presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union named by Forbes.
What's in the box?
What's in the box is a 116-113 win rebounding. We talked about it pregame. We said they have to keep it close on the boards. Well, they did more than that. They won the battle by 9, which was huge. Blocks, as we mentioned, 11-5. Assists, they dominated in large part thanks to the 11 from Devin Booker. They had 27 for the game to the Knicks 18. And points off turnovers was 20 for the Suns, 14 for the Knicks. And that's how you get a 116-113 Suns victory there.
Relatively even on three-point shooting, field goal percentage, free throws. Everything was just about even across the board. These are the outliers that really separated the two.
That's super impressive, man. Just looking at that, that's super impressive, man. For them to go in there and do that with 3 guys that could arguably be top 7 guys on this team, to go out there and do that, man, that's really impressive. That's a team performance. That's gutty as hell. That I would never have thought that. If you told me we're going to out-rebound them, get more blocks, more assists, more points off turnovers in the Garden versus a good team, top 7 team in differential coming into this game.
And the #1 rebounding team
and the #1 rebounding
team. Which was what caught me off guard, because you're giving up size to the #1 rebounding team in the league, and you went out there and you did everything you needed to on the glass to secure this win.
Yeah.
And of course, our friends over at Desert Financial Credit Union, for more than 84 years, they have been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union. And right now they want to hook you up with $200 in bonuses. So when you open a free checking account online, you're going to get $200 in bonuses, and you can get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200. With Christmas around the corner, 200 in bonuses sounds pretty good to me. Also, just a reminder, our friends over at Four Peaks, not only do they have and create amazing, delicious beer, but the brewery down in Tempe is a great spot to hang out, especially right now. It's a little chilly outside. They've got the patio with the heaters. It's beanie season in the evenings, and their food is delightful as well. You can visit fourpeaks.com/locator to find all your favorite brewery tours and events. You can also check them out on social at Four Peaks Brew, or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. Now you must be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks, and we ask that you drink responsibly. All right, we have a few more flowers to give out. We'll start with our X Factor tonight, which is going to be given to Nassir Little. Congratulations to Nas for being our X Factor. He finished with 11 points. He had 2 blocks and 2 rebounds as well. Y'all liking what you're seeing from Nas?
Love what I see from
I didn't
Nas.
mind those 3 threes tonight.
I just talked about a guy that eventually is going to figure it out and be able to fit into this team nicely. That's exactly what Nassir Little is doing right now.
Yeah.
Like he's at that point where he can be relied on to be trustworthy, especially from 3. I didn't realize that was going to be a big factor of his game, but he had some big time threes tonight. And his athleticism at the rim, around the basket, rebounding wise, and his ability to be able to match up in a variety of different ways. You know, one of the things that I was kind of concerned about when we lost DA was a big that was athletic enough to at least, you know, be a presence out there defensively. Now, we can debate about his abilities defensively all you want, but the point is that Nassir Little he replaces some of the athleticism with size, and he can do things in a variety of different ways, whether it be blocking shots, solid help defense. Like, he was fantastic across the board. I'm a big Nas Little fan now.
He guarded everybody today. Mm-hmm. He literally guarded every Knick out there today. He was blocking Metu's shot. He was Dean Randall in the post. He was switching up top, Dean guards. What he does defensively and his physicality is the thing that I didn't realize we were going to get from Nassir Little. I didn't realize how versatile. He's like a Swiss Army knife out there. And he's so athletic. And then, like you said, the bonus is the threes. But how about the dunk?
That dunk was my favorite part of the game.
Yeah, and it shifted the momentum. Like, we needed that so bad in that moment. And he goes out there and he bangs it, and he's starting to feel comfortable. And I'm glad you said that. So I believe that what we're seeing Nassir do is something that we could possibly be seeing happen with Metu, 4 or 5 more games down the road.
There's something we haven't talked about yet, the chats.
No, don't bring it up.
What?
That's mine. That is mine. Are you... Okay, that's fine.
Let's give the other X Factor that needs to be given tonight,
that's
Lindsay.
Fair.
The Purple Pants deserve a little love. They are undefeated in the last 7 games. They are the true X Factor here in this win streak. They have been undefeated this season when they've been worn.
Shout out to the Purple Pants.
Yeah,
those weren't his pants.
Let me just say, that was me in those pants. That's how much the working out has been great. That is me.
Damn,
both
dude,
sides.
you looking good there, bro. Looking good. Brother.
And my wife hates these pants, which makes this run even more entertaining. I got to tell you that.
Bless Tracy. You do have a whole bunch of them, so at least you're getting good use out of them.
3 pairs of them.
You did. I, in the chat, was talking about everyone asking, what's Eric Gordon getting? Where's Eric Gordon? How come he's got... You guys don't even understand how much I put up a fight to get Eric Gordon included in any of this crap tonight. But no, because Eric Gordon only did things in the first half and then had 2 bad turnovers and didn't really do anything in the second half. Well, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home because Eric Gordon deserves flowers.
Didn't we do
Give
this?
him his gosh darn flowers.
Go ahead.
He can have his first half flowers, but that second half performance...
Didn't we do this?
You want to go there?
There's a history of this.
Yeah, let's go there. My pants performed great in both halves.
Hold on. We have documented history of this issue. This same issue. Brad Beal, first half versus the Lakers. What did he do?
Fantastic.
And then what did he do in the second half?
Nothing.
Did we not kill his ass in that second half? He got killed. He said, yo, we don't care what you do in the first half, buddy. You ain't do a damn thing at the end of the game. And so there's the documented proof that we're consistent. Eric Gordon had a fantastic first half, disappeared in the second half, had a couple really bad turnovers during a big stretch.
Okay, but I call BS on this consistency thing.
Go ahead.
Because people were bringing up in the chat too, like, we're going to give Book the big, bright, shiny star because he hit the 3 to end the game. Like, was that great? Yes. But does that give him a pass for the turnovers he had late in the game at a very crucial point in time?
He's handling the ball the whole game.
Or for all of the shots that he missed before the game, the shot that we needed to win the game.
But
we're just going to give him a pass for that. But we're going to crucify Eric Gordon, who's
Devin Booker. No, because he's...
Like, bless his heart. He's doing the best he freaking can.
Wait, hold up. Time out. Okay, I can't stand that. No, wait. I get what you're saying, Chelsea, but that's not the case. Devin Booker did show up in the second half, and though he might have had a couple turnovers just like Eric Gordon, he still contributed quite a bit in the second half, including the game winner, not just the game winner. He did a lot of other things. Eric Gordon didn't do anything in the second half.
Is Devin Armani Booker. He better show up in every single quarter of every single game.
But you can't say that.
That's the standard he set for himself.
Hey, Chelsea, you cranked it to 11. Crank it back to 3 for a second, all right?
You guys are really going to fight me on giving Eric Gordon his
No, I'm not fighting.
No.
In the first half, he could have all the flowers he wants.
I'm about to leave this
He was
place.
awesome.
Here's the thing, though, Linz, too,
Eric
is
Cartman, you guys.
2 turnovers from Devin Booker is different than 2 turnovers from Eric Gordon because Devin Booker is the primary ball handler the whole game. And they're sending 2 and 3 guys at him, and he still got 11 assists. So it's a little bit of a difference when Eric Gordon is controlling the offense for 6 minutes.
Yeah, you know what Eric Gordon's assist-to-turnover ratio was? 1-to-1.
There we go.
Devin Booker's was 5.5 to 1. So let's not compare the turnovers and assists of the 2 of them. I agree that Eric Gordon deserves his flowers for the 3-point shooting.
Of them, period.
You did.
No,
I didn't.
I'm saying you give a pass to Book, but you won't give a pass to EG for anything.
No,
we're gonna be critical of Eric Gordon in the last game when he did amazing things in the first half, but didn't do anything in the second half. We're gonna do it again here, like Jeremy said, or Jeremiah. First half points don't count.
No, they do.
First half stats don't count.
1,000,000%
Eric Gordon didn't keep this team in it when they needed somebody to get a bucket multiple times.
And the Suns won 64 games and then lost in the second round. It doesn't matter what you do in the first half. It matters what you do at the end.
No, it matters what you do at the whole game.
Okay.
The whole game counts.
I agree, but when you look at, I agree that Eric Gordon was the reason that they were in this in the first half. He carried the offense. There's no doubt in that. But in the second half, when the Knicks closed that gap and when it looked like the Knicks were going to overtake the Suns, Eric Gordon wasn't there. Devin Booker was there. Jordan Goodwin was there. And those are the reasons why they move into those categories in this game is because they held it down. And Eric Gordon deserves his praise for his first half. But if you disappear in the second when your opponent makes that run, that's the problem.
Here's another thing. Eric Gordon had a great game, man. I'm giving him his flowers. I mean, he had a tremendous game, and he helped us win this basketball game. But here's another thing about the Devin Booker and Eric Gordon thing is some of those Eric Gordon threes are because of Devin Booker. Because of his gravity and because of getting him open looks and good shots.
He still has to knock them down.
No, he still has to.
Hold on.
No, he still has to. But what I'm not taking. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to step too far.
No. What I'm saying is that what Eric Gordon is doing, what Eric Gordon did today was fantastic. He made the shots. But I'm also saying that when you try to compare, I'm going back to Lindsay's comparison of the two. When you try to compare the two, most of Book's attempts are with double teams, Gordon's just not getting that type of look. So to compare them two, I just don't see it.
Eric Gordon was spectacular tonight. Let's be clear there. That wasn't the argument in any way.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. These are all just dumb things we're handing out, and we have to give him his praise because that shooting in the first half was otherworldly. He was hitting from 30. He was playing unbelievably. The second half, and somebody in the chat brought it up, and it was a great point. After he kind of hurt his knee, after he fell on it, he had a rougher outing in that second half. But those 2 turnovers were at crucial moments that he had, and he didn't hit crucial shots. That's it. He had a great game. It's just dumb, made-up stuff that
It's
we're
not
arguing.
dumb,
It feels
made-up
like we
stuff,
shit.
Espo.
It feels like we
put
shitting on
thought
Eric Gordon, and we
into this.
shouldn't be.
The chat cares about who we name our shining star, who we give X Factor to. Don't belittle what we do here on this program and who we give the most flowers to night in and night out because it works for you tonight. Don't you do that.
I'm pretty sure that if Lindsay shot one of us live on this show, the chat would be like, I'm not going to lie, Lindsay's 100% right to shoot
Don't be mad.
deserve to get shot.
They deserve to get shot. Way that I do.
But again, like
Don't
we're
even-
talking about the
don't
totality
even.
of the game. He was great for 50% of it. He was not so great for the other 50%.
Yes.
So that's why we gave the Shining Star and the X Factor to two guys. Besides Devin Booker, we gave him to two other guys that played the totality of the game in a very high level. That's why we recognize them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
You know what? I'm on Team Lindsay. I just want to.
Oh, you're not even welcome over here, Espo.
I just see the chat.
Slam a door in your face. Be gone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I hate that the chat thinks that we're shitting on Eric Gordon.
You
We're not.
low-key are.
No,
No, we're not.
EG
Okay, you may
played a
not be
good
shitting on it,
basketball
but you're
game.
throwing a little bit of shade.
No, I
Throwing a
listen. I
little
thought
bit of shade.
I'm with you, Lynn.
Anyway.
The Suns don't win this game without Eric Gordon. So
Shout
break
out
it.
to Lindsay's big, bright, shiny star, Eric Gordon, who finished tonight with 25 points, 6 of 9 from deep, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Look at us go, you guys. Look at us. Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Look at
Well,
you
without
go.
without the purple pants, nobody gets a big, bright, shining star.
If you guys would like to throw shade at these three, or me if you're on their side, or whomever, check out our friends over at Shady Rays for the best sunglasses you can get your hands on. And right now, Shady Rays is currently in their biggest sale of the year for Black Friday. Don't miss out on the best deal for shades, snow goggles, and prescription sunglasses. Just go to shadyrays.com and try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Listen, I know I just yelled at you guys for like 10 minutes straight. Apologies to anybody listening with headphones on.
You're no
But
longer
you're
in our
still
inner circle.
a part of my
You're
inner
not
circle.
in my inner circle
Nope.
anymore.
I don't have to be in
Eric
yours.
Gordon
That's
is.
okay. But you could be in mine if you want. And you guys can also get into Circle K's Inner Circle. It's a free membership program. You save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. You get every 6 free on a selection of Circle K products. So join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. My throat hurts from yelling at you guys.
Can I just say, we talked about off-season acquisitions. I think getting Lindsay's personality to shine more on this show was the greatest off-season acquisition
Was it, though?
we made.
Was
yes, because you coming out the gates and challenging things is one of my favorite parts of this
I love
show
it.
now.
I love it. I love that Lindsay.
2
Did
years.
the pendulum swing too far?
No.
No.
2 years. 2 years of just wearing her down to the finally get to the point where she's like, nope, I have something to fucking say,
Like I'm
and I'm
mad
gonna
at you
fucking
love
say
guys.
it.
I love
I'm
it.
not holding it in anymore.
Hey, Liz, true transparency. I be doing some of this shit on purpose for you. I do because when we're sitting down and I yelled out what I yelled at the end of the game. I was directed towards you.
Yeah,
But
know.
I
was
want-
talking-
I want-
was
like,
talking
I-
some mess towards you during that game too.
I like
You're
that
lucky
Lindsay.
Eric Gordon missed that 3 late in this game.
No, yeah,
You
you're
are
right.
so
you
lucky.
but you would have done it to me too.
Oh, I would have. You would have never heard the end of it.
yeah. So,
Can we
have
let him behind the curtain a little bit?
No.
Book wasn't going to get Shining Star
No, he wasn't.
He
until
wasn't.
he hit the game winner.
yeah.
Only because I laid down the law and I said if he doesn't get 30 and 5, we're not doing it because we already set the rule.
Well, there's
But he
exceptions to
didn't.
every rule.
And then the exception is a
Game
game
winning
winner.
shots. Yeah,
That's
game
the
winning shots.
exception
are
when she-
exceptions.
I think I even said that before when we were talking about this. I was like, except extenuating
something-
circumstances.
yeah.
Game
Right.
winner like that.
We knew
yeah.
there would be some exceptions in extraordinary cases, and I feel like hitting a game
So
winner
if
is
Chemezi hit the game winning shot, he would get it.
No.
So what?
If Tremezi's taking the last shot,
No,
something
no.
horribly wrong is happening.
No, bro, that can
I'm
like if
sorry.
Book kicked it out and Messi hit the 3,
He
wouldn't
wasn't
get-
even on the
I
court,
know
so that would have made it real
I'm
difficult.
speaking hypothetical. Because y'all said game winning shot trumps us. I'm thinking.
Oh my God, don't be
The
so
35
literal.
it
All right,
trumps
all right,
the
all right.
30 and 5 rule and Kevin. It doesn't necessarily mean you automatically get the star.
Oh my God.
This dude Flex
That's
is
all.
writing Metu fan fiction in his
Oh my
head.
God.
Why?
Listen.
Can we please start writing very specific rules for all the.
Can you scroll up real
Hold
quick?
on, what?
All right, we have somebody in the chat. Keep going right there at the top, right there. I know that one guy says EG was 0 in plus minus, but Nassir was a minus 15 in plus minus. EG definitely deserves his flowers, bro.
He does, though.
Stop.
He's not wrong.
Just
He
stop.
does,
You
though.
know what? When you know that one guy, but you can't figure out who it is probably you. And citing plus minus on this program makes you that guy. All right.
You guys are that guy.
Eric
But you
loves
know
plus
who's
minus.
not that guy? The QC. The QC is legit. They sent us a super chat and said, I just love the Suns. That's all.
I thought that was an
QC.
ad transition. I'm like,
Yeah.
who's the QC?
I was like, what the fuck is a
Yeah, I was
Thanks
thinking
for
we
your
got a new
super
yeah.
chat. We also got a super chat from the anonymous Buddha. Thank you so much. They said the Suns are learning to win without our stars and the bench. This is true next man up mentality. This team is resilient. Shout out to Eric Gordon. Very grateful for that acquisition. Same, the anonymous Buddha, Jordan Goodwin, and Metu. Book, of course, been fantastic.
Ha!
That's the way
Started
to
with
end
Eric
it.
Gordon and gave
That's the way
Eric
to
Gordon a
end
little
it.
extra love.
Save the best for last. I don't know. This is the dumbest. We've had dumb arguments on this show.
This is what
This
happens
is
when you're on a
dumb.
7-game win
No,
streak. When you're on a
You're-
7-game win
that's not
streak, you
true.
start talking about some crazy stuff. Man.
it's not that crazy.
Listen,
I can't with
listen,
you two.
I
literally
was-
have
I
to
was
stop
on
No,
your-
or I'm
not
going
you.
to
I didn't say
pull
you're
my
crazy.
hair out.
I was on your side. You know this. Earlier in the game, I was like, we can't give it to Book just because everybody else was playing at a super high level. They were playing above their norm, right? Devin Booker
Yes.
was not. And until he got that last shot, it wasn't going to go that way. My guy right here was like, "Oh, Devin Booker from the tip. Devin Booker's our shining star." Like, I
How
get
can
it.
you not give it to him?
I get it. He's like, "Without Devin Booker, this team would be shit." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but there's other things that go into the MVP of the game. It's not just who's the best player all the time. It's who's the best player and making a significant impact in this game." And I thought there was other guys that we could recognize more than Devin Booker, but he hit the game winner, so we recognized them all. Except for Eric Gordon, who only did in the first half.
We are going to write rules for
yeah.
Big Bright Shiny
Yeah.
Star and X Factor. If you people are going to take this seriously, we're going to have written rules that are the letter of the law that determine how this
You know what?
works.
No,
I make the rules, so I've already determined that. Just get in line, Espo.
Honestly, what we should do is we should just poll the chat every single time when we have a decision to make between two guys.
That's fair.
Unless it's just
Well,
obvious
here
that
we
we want
go.
to
We
recognize
just
somebody.
put one in the chat right
Oh,
now.
God.
Who's your star for today?
Lindsay.
Christ.
Book,
Lindsay's getting
Gordon,
voted.
or Goodwin?
Yeah, I'm
Those
glad
are
you
the
put Book
three.
in there because
Those
I
are
want to
the
see what
three.
people vote.
We gave Book and Gordon
just-
or
I'm-
Goodwin
I-
the actual
I know.
star.
I just wanna
So
see
we
what
want
the
to see
chat
what
does.
you guys think.
If you would have put Lindsay as fourth, I guarantee you Lindsay would have won.
Oh,
Get some-
yeah.
You see, here's my thing.
Hey, how about we put a second one in there? Who's your favorite panelist on the show tonight? Let's see how that one goes.
Please don't. I'm gonna be fucking.
My thing is, I'm new to this. So the big, bright, shiny star thing, I'm realizing, oh, y'all just, yeah. I just thought that was who the best player was for the game, but I'm starting to see that there's some other little intricacies that come with it. So I'm cool with it, but
It's political, all right?
here's what I wonder. If this were a Denver Nugget podcast, right? I mean, a big, bright, shining star would be Joker every night.
No,
Well,
but they won't do that.
A, it wouldn't make
No,
sense.
They wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Because there's other guys that step up on every given night depending on what's going on. Jokic has set a standard where basically a triple-double is he gets that waking up out of bed, right? So
Okay.
if you just do 82 straight games of Jokic,
That's boring.
I mean, who
No,
the
I
fuck
know
wants
that's
to watch
boring.
that?
No, I get that. I know that's
You know what I mean?
boring.
Because there's other guys that contribute in different ways, and they might not be the best shooter on the team or the best playmaker, but they might show up in other ways which are just as valuable in certain moments. And I thought tonight was one of those games.
So you're admitting to voter fatigue then, like in the MVP stuff, right? People say, "Oh, we can't get that guy the MVP no more. He's won it 3 years in a row."
Voter fatigue.
No, that's what it looks like. That's what this looks like. It looks like, man, we can't give KD at 45. We can't give it to him 10 days in a row. Let's give it to Eric Gordon, who had 6 points.
You know what I'm
Like-
gonna
He
do?
didn't have 6
No, I know.
points.
I'm exaggerating.
How many
Hyperbole.
Well, cut
Hyperbole.
it out.
How
I
many-
got it. I got it.
How
I
many
got it.
games we got left in the season?
Hyperbole.
What are we at right now? We're at 17.
I don't know.
So, it's 70 or, I don't know, 60-something games.
65 left.
Okay, 65. So what are we going to go? We're going to 33 Devin Booker, 32 Kevin Durant. Done. We don't have to do the Big Red Shiny show no more.
I get that.
And it'd be the Big Gold Nugget up in Denver for their show. So.
I get that. No, I mean, you guys are doing a good job of explaining the reasoning behind it. But
You guys, you're on our fucking team.
no, I
Flex.
know that. No, but I'm new. But here's my thing.
How did this all turn to now? Like we were over here, now we're over here. What the hell, man?
Hey, bro, can I ask you something? You guys are doing a great job of explaining this, but how come Devin Booker isn't always just a big, bright, shiny star no matter what? I mean, the guy looks great just putting on the uniform and lacing up the shoes, right? So he's my big, bright, shiny star.
It's like the 7th place trophy for the kid.
Oh my
Yo, here's a trophy. You came in 13th place. Here you
You're
go.
literally going to sit here
No, I'm
and talk
joking. I'm
about
joking.
that there are every single night, not every single night, a good majority of nights, tonight being one of them, there are players on this team not named Kevin Durant and Devin Booker who did things that actually affected the outcome of the game.
I get you.
And that's the reasoning of why you give it to somebody else sometimes, not named Devin or Kevin, because we know what those two are capable of.
Hey, Lindsay.
Give it to Brad Beal for giving everybody water tonight and keeping them hydrated.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you something, Lindsay. Devin Booker's always the big, bright, shiny star, and Chemezi Metu gets a participation trophy. That's just the way it's gonna be. All right.
Oh man, come on.
Now when we do it to your
Now y'all
guy,
just flipped it on me, man. Chemezi, don't listen to this.
Pause. We are going to get this show back
Go
on
ahead,
the
go
rails.
ahead, go
I
ahead.
have a genuine question for the group here. Okay, so late in this game specifically, and I think this only really matters when we're missing multiple of our big three. Basically, when KD's out and when Bradley Beal is out. Do you feel like Book and this team, from top to bottom, coaching staff through players, has a hard time late in games knowing what Book should focus more on as far as scoring first versus facilitating first? Because when he's the only guy out there without his running mates in Beal and KD, he has to be, it's tough because in certain situations, he's the better facilitator. He needs to get his guys involved. But then when you're late in a game where the score is close, you also need to rely on him to score. And sometimes I feel like they're not entirely sure which one is first.
So this is the beauty of basketball and the beauty of what the Suns are trying to learn as we go along right now. Okay, we always talk about the gravity of a player, and the opposing team usually will send 2 or 3 guys at the best player, which is Devin Booker. That happened tonight. But what Booker has been trying to figure out since that Dallas series when we got mollywopped at home in Game 7. He did not handle the double and triple teams in that game very well. He turned the ball over a lot. And so did Chris Paul. And everything just kind of fell apart. And there was a little bit of a lack of trust in your teammates there, right? Over the course of the last year and a half, he's been learning how to do that. It's been getting better. Now, I wouldn't have trusted anybody on last year's team, to be honest with you. Like, I don't blame him for that. But you have better pieces around you now, and you can trust some of those pieces. So I think not only is it Devin Booker trying to make the right basketball play, but I think these players are also understanding, like, hey, it's in our best interest to get the ball back to Booker at some point because he's our best player. And if he gets one-on-one because of the ball movement, that's even better for us. So I think it's a little bit of a mixture of both.
Yeah, I agree. Tonight, what I saw tonight is something you mentioned earlier, Lindsay. When they came out, that team looked connected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they look connected, and that's a tribute to them understanding that Book is going to trust them. Mm-hmm. I think that when you come out in a game and you're playing with a guy like that, they're playing well because I think they have confidence that Devin does trust him, and he didn't do that 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so but I understand your question in the fourth quarter. Is he a passer or is he a scorer? Like, sometimes you get caught in that in-between zone. And you saw a little bit tonight. You saw a little bit tonight of is he gonna take over or is he gonna keep trusting us? And it kind of worked out. But I get your question.
But I think he's earned the right to determine what he's going to be 100%. In those moments, and it's up to him when he distributes to make it clear to his teammates if they don't shoot. No, in that situation, I want you to shoot, because again, that's part of this evolution is you trust Devin Booker to make that right decision. Mm-hmm. That you're not saying you're the guy that's going out there and taking the shot. You're saying you're the guy that's going to make the decision.
When you see Devin, like he's not holding on to that ball too long in those doubles now. He's not afraid to get the ball out of his hands and get it swinging around to give himself, because he knows if you make a good pass in the right basketball play, it'll come back around. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he really felt like that in the past, but he feels like that now, except when he passes to Eric Gordon. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I was just curious what you guys were thinking in that situation. Some people in the chat were saying, when Book and Beal are out, KD kind of seems like he finds himself in that position as well.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in seeing how, I don't want to ever have to see it, to be honest with you, because it's better when we have multiple of our big three out there at the same time. But that was just something I kind of noticed in tonight's game where it just felt like I wasn't sure what he was going to do.
But remember how we were talking about the Lakers game and how LeBron was trusting his teammates and threw the ball over to Cam Reddish 18,000 times in the corner before he finally hit a three.
Yeah.
And then like the next game or two, Kevin Durant had the same opportunity, kicked the ball in the corner to Nas. Nas hit the three. It was that trust that they were building right there. Devin Booker tonight, multiple times, got stuck, kicked the ball out. Metu hits a three. Nas hits a three. Eric Gordon hits a three. Like he's trusting his teammates to make the right basketball play. And it's, again, you're seeing this team develop and grow in front of your face. And the whole goal is a championship. You got to feel really, really good right now as a Suns fan, looking at what this team has kind of overcome with the injuries, how they're building it all together, putting it all together, and how they're all trying to take that next step in order to get to the end goal. So it's great. I love it.
Somebody in the chat, and forgive me, I don't remember who, made a great point. The big, bright, shining star should have been KD, because being out, he gave Eric Gordon an opportunity to shine offensively in the first half. So,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, listen, I just like what this team is doing right now. I like 100%. Where they're at. I like the growth. I like the fact that we got 3 really good players that still have to come back. I tell you what, the last play of the game, I think, was my favorite. Not because he hit the game-winning shot, but because of what he did before that. I think a couple years ago, Devin might not make that pass to Goodwin. Mm-hmm. And there's no guarantee you get that back, so. There's no guarantee. With 5 seconds, you got rid of that ball. No guarantee he gets it back. And another thing, credit to Jordan Goodwin for the team trusting him in that spot. That's a big role. If he can't get it back to Book, he's stuck. He got to take the game-winning shot. So, I mean, kudos to everybody who's doing what they're doing right now, because they're growing up right in front of us.
Yeah, Vogel had taken him out.
Yeah.
With about 5 minutes left, brought him back in to close it out. And can we talk about just what this winning streak has actually done for this team?
Let them know.
If you look at the conference standings, they're third in the West. You know who's behind them? The Denver freaking Nuggets. All right, they're a game back of OKC, and the Timberwolves, who they manhandled on our takeover night, are the team ahead of them. We went from, this is a team that may not be a play-in team, do. They're just a play-in team, do. Well, they're bottom of the West team, do. Oh, shit, they're actually right where we thought they were going to be. Though.
1 game from the top seed, right?
Mm-hmm. 1.5 from the top seed. They're 7-2 on the road, too.
Yeah, man.
It's a long season is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Long season.
We've still got a lot more fun to be had throughout this season. A couple of things. First, a quick reminder that our Black Friday sale has been extended through Cyber Monday. You can get up to 90% off in our shop over at gophnx.com. It'll take you to our locker. And when you spend $75, you also get a $15 gift card. There's also new releases in there that are included in this sale.
Boom.
One of my favorite shirts, the Anti-Hero Basketball Club. Chef's Kiss. I love that
Too
one.
much love will kill you.
It's super fun. So get your hands on all of the gear that you've been eyeing. Maybe get some for Christmas gifts as well for the Arizona sports fan in your life, because right now you can get it at a really good discount. So make sure you check it out. Don't miss out.
Two of my favorite shirts we've ever made, you can leave the locker with them for, I believe, a combined $4.
Damn.
So go check it out. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but go check it out.
Okay, there you go. Like major discounts happening over there. And then, of course, we have to look at our bets from the pregame show. So the leaderboard looks a little bit better for Saul Bookman and me, who got wins tonight. But for Espo and Flex, took some L's, look a little bit worse. So Espo, you are down 127.50. Saul, you made some ground. You're only down 61. You were down what? 85 before the show. And Flex, you are now down to negative 25.41. I've got 128.68.
Lindsay, can you help me with something?
Sure.
Do you have the ad read stuff pulled up? It's 1-800-NEXT-STEP, but do you have the numbers that spell out next step? Because
I know it's.
I need to make a phone call.
It's 1-800-888-87-HOPE-NY, something like that. 87-HOPE-NY, something like that for New York. I know that
numbers.
I'm in dire need of some help right now, is what I'll say.
Yeah, you're definitely bothered. You are not unbothered. That's for sure on your bets this year.
Yeah, we I need to start making some incremental strides.
Yeah,
that's why I felt like I took it a little
Lindsay?
easy. I had to take it a little easy tonight.
Take a page out of Lindsay's book
with the 8-leg parlays and stuff. I was like, all right, let me just get a dub. I just need to feel good about myself.
Yeah, I'm about to go there.
I did that and I still lost, so I don't know what to do anymore.
6 to 10 is not.
No, not tonight. Not tonight. I did it the other night.
You did it one time.
Yeah, and that's how my life. I do something one time, it doesn't work. I move on. All right.
That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm about to start taking them negative 110s to get back in.
I'm gonna find a negative 400 bet to take next time, just to get 10 cents on the board and feel better.
You should. Why not? I love Nate in the chat goes, it's going to be funny when Gerald wins the season at $0 because he didn't even participate because all of us are in the negative.
Hold on. What happens if we get to the end and I'm in the negative? I can't bet to get out of that hole. No. I'm just done,
okay,
right?
So what happens is you still get your $10.
Oh yeah, you do have.
So I have to bet.
So you got to put a
25
leg
$10, but if you're negative, you can't over. Like if I have $100 and you're negative, I can bet my whole 100. But you can only bet 10.
Yeah.
God,
I feel like Lindsay is setting us up. She's in a good spot. If she just plays a slow roll, I mean,
listen, it is the 17th game of the season. We got
Lindsay's not gonna sprain her finger or something and ruin her
games left to go. We have 65 games left to go. She's already blown one of her leads once. She'll do it again.
Hey,
it's all good.
Wow.
For me, it's
Did I blow it?
Didn't you?
Or did you have a Hail Mary?
No, you were. No, this is at the beginning of the season.
Oh,
you were up, and then you were back down to negative, and now you're back up.
I never got into the negative.
Got to 0, right?
I got to 0, but I never got into the negative.
Let me be real clear here. Minor setback for a major failure is what's coming for me. Right?
Oh my gosh. All right. That's it. That's all I got for today.
Are we done fighting?
We're
done?
All right.
For now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still going to be mad at you for the rest of the night.
Just all?
Me?
Just all?
All of you.
Oh, man, Lynn.
Did I not give Eric Gordon enough credit?
Eric, you too, just in case.
You were just as bad.
But just in case, you change your mind in the next 13 seconds.
Zach in the chat, Lynn's about to send the other 3 to the G League.
That's right. That's right. Them all.
Oh wait, actually, Booker won the poll, 63% in the chat. So
Okay.
sorry, did you try to end the show before that? Whoa. Did you try to end the show before we got to that?
Who was last?
You trying to wrap up before we the results?
Who else was on our Big Bright Shiny Star tonight? Who was our second Big Bright Shiny Star?
Goodwin. No?
Gordon.
Eric? Was it?
It was Jordan Goodwin.
And how many votes did he get?
Oh yeah, he got less. You're talking to me like I made the decision. I make the graphic. I just do what y'all want me to do.
So if anything, Eric Gordon should have been our X Factor or our second Big Bright Shiny Star, but he got none. Robbed by the 3 of you. You can be in that too.
Bunch of front runners voting for first half performances. Get out of here.
How dare we give it to a guy who had one of the best performances of his career.
He had a career high in points. Nah, fuck that guy. Give it to the guy who hit 5 threes in the first half. He deserves it more. I'm like, come on, guys.
Lindsay gonna hit everybody on this panel with
Just
something.
not on the live program. Deniability. I need that on my back pocket. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thanks for having some fun with us. I'm sorry again if I yelled and you were listening in using headphones.
I think
And
it
it
was.
hurt your
I think it
ears.
was Eric's volume.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one was Eric's. But earlier, when I was actually yelling at you guys, I felt like it got a little loud. But whatever, it happens. We will not have a show tomorrow, but we will have a show for you on Tuesday at 3 p.m. So plan to come hang out with us then. You can give the show a follow on Twitter at PHNX_Suns. You can follow me at Lindsay Smith AZ. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. You can follow Flex at Flex from Jersey, and of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, take us home.
Remember, a good win is better than a guy who couldn't get it done.
Espo,
We all silly like the mayor.